4 long hours before it happened, before 156 people were killed, countless others were injured, 4 long hours before a crowd surged in a narrow alleyway in Seoul, records show police were warned about a possible dangerous crush of people. And it happened at a Halloween party on Saturday. As grieving families collect their belongings of their loved ones from a gym, the Prime Minister and Police Chief have admitted mistakes were made. CNN's Paula Hancock has details, and a warning parts of her report is graphic.
How does a night of celebration turn into this? Too many people in too cramped an area. Eyewitnesses claim a lack of police and no crowd control. Officials say many police were deployed elsewhere in the city for expected protests, admitting they have no guidelines for policing this kind of crowd without an organiser. Park Chang-ki is a parking attendant who was working across the road. He says the crowds were significant by 4 p.m. Saturday. By 7 p.m, people were spilling into the street.
I believe it was preventable. Local officials, police and firemen checked out the area the day before. They should have known how many people would come out.
This is the heart of Itaewon, and right here is the alleyway which sloped downwards towards the main road where many people lost their lives. It's around 4 metres wide, that's 13 feet. It has the wall of a hotel on one side and shops on the other side. Now, one first responder said when she arrived here, all she could see was up to 10 rows of faces. She couldn't see any legs, meaning that victims were piled on top of each other. Now, this back alley here, this is also filled with bars, restaurants and nightclubs. We saw from images just how crammed it was. In fact, we saw one man trying to scale the outside of a building to try and escape the crush. And down here you have the main road, 4 lanes, which just a couple of weeks ago for a festival were closed to traffic. It wasn't closed to traffic on Saturday, meaning people were condensed more in this area. 20 metres away from the opening of that alleyway is the exit of a subway, which remained open, allowing people to continue arriving in the area. This video, taken just after 9 p.m, shows the density of the crowd in the narrow alleyway. A photo half an hour later shows more people still arriving in the area by subway. So what are investigators looking for?
It's always a question of starting off with the basic geometry, looking at the crowd flow. Was it reasonably foreseeable that this could exceed safe limits? If it's reasonably foreseeable, it's predictable and hence it's preventable.
The police chief apologised Tuesday, saying the response to the emergency calls was inadequate. The police deployed just 137 officers to deal with a crowd that may have topped 100,000. The majority tasked with crime prevention, not crowd control. Paula Hancock's CNN Seoul.